the biggest news that I had tweeted about that got some major traction was what happened in San Francisco. If you're not aware of what happened in San Francisco, there were two city propositions, so not state propositions, were put on the ballot, and they won overwhelmingly with like 60% of the vote. So it wasn't even close. It wasn't like 51% it squeaked by. It was overwhelmingly in favor of these two propositions, to the point where like the San Francisco Chronicle the next day came out with a headline like San Francisco is no longer a progressive city. Like that's
Okay,
they
so
were
these
like
were good ones.
these were good ones. Yeah, and they were
I'm not familiar with what happened.
so there were two
Sorry.
propositions, city propositions, Prop E and Prop F, and Mayor Breed was in support of both of them. And that's why I said Mayor Breed, who is facing re-election, she's she's in a hot seat right now. Like, she's not guaranteed to win again. She's moved back towards the middle.
Okay.
Not towards the right. I would say she's more moderate now.
Okay.
So there's these two propositions. Prop E, which allows for the use of body camera footage to satisfy reporting requirements and allows the installation of surveillance and facial recognition cameras without approval from the police commission or board of supervisors. So that basically gives the police more power to fight crime and like recognize criminals and what's going on. And the bigger one, I think, that a lot of people were kind of like, wow, this actually passed in San Francisco, was Prop F, which would require drug screening for certain beneficiaries of county assistance. So if you were to tell someone that drug screening of those receiving welfare would pass in San Francisco, I think they probably would have said hell has frozen over, because that's been like a Republican thing for so long. The idea of, well, if you're on welfare, you should be getting drug tested because you shouldn't be on drugs and getting welfare. Like, the idea is we're trying to help you. And if you're squandering it on drugs, then what's the point? We're just throwing money down the toilet.
Like, that's been like a fight since I was a kid, maybe even before. Like, my whole life, I feel like fighting for that.
Yeah, it's been a fight for a long time in a lot of places. And here we are, San Francisco, the bastion of Republican ideals, had passed this proposition, which now makes it a requirement that certain beneficiaries have to go through this. That's big news. And I think the biggest thing, if you're reading between the tea leaves with this, is that San Francisco has gotten so bad that this is what's the result. People are lashing out, and there is a backlash against how bad San Francisco has gotten. And the fact that it wasn't close, it was 60-40 for both of them, I think. That just shows you, like, people are fed up in San Francisco. They're looking for more common sense. They're done with, like, the progressive ideals. They're trying all that stuff. They're like, we want some sanity. We want some safety. Look, we just want our city back to what it was. Like, every day, it feels like every week, this store is leaving Union Square. It was Zara's, then it was Macy's, and it was Nordstrom's. Like, it's just every week, like, somebody's leaving Union Square. So I think people are just fed up with it. I'm actually watching the video right now. Measure F was 63 to 37%, so it was even better than 60-40.
Oh, wow.
So that's good news. Good news in California. If in San Francisco you can get these two things passed, I think I've always said there's hope for California, but I think that's good news for a lot of people to say, like, wait, these things can actually pass, and like San Francisco is the one to do it. Great.
That's amazing.
Maybe there is hope for us after all.
Would Katie Porter say that's rigged?
No comment from Katie Porter on whether that was rigged or not. It would be funny if it's just Katie Porter. Every race she doesn't like, she just comes out and says it was rigged, and then like apologizes. She comes out with her whiteboard and is like, this was rigged. And then they're like, what do you mean rigged? And she's like, no, I don't mean like rigged. Like, I just mean like, it's just not fair.
It's money.
Well, it's just money. And they're like, well, you sound like Donald Trump. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean rigged like Donald Trump rigged. I mean like rigged like California money rigged. Okay. So I thought that was really good news that San Francisco is finally trying to see the light a little bit. And
see, your vote matters.
It does. It absolutely does. And we are big believers that stop whining. Stop saying that your vote doesn't matter, because it does in California. It absolutely matters. And look at what happened in San Francisco. Like, things can change. Momentum can swing. They got rid of Chesa Boudin. They've instituted these two propositions. I mean, you would think like Republicans are like taking over San Francisco, but this is just like moderate Democrats are like, we're tired of this crap. Like, we want like a normal city back. Is that okay? Um, it's funny watching all the San Francisco papers be like, this is the death of like a progressive city. It was fun while it lasted. It's like, really? It was fun while.
Where was the fun?
Where was the fun?
Your
Where was
city
the
fell
fun?
apart. How was that fun?
Where was the fun in stepping over poop and homeless people? That was the fun part.